Right.
Welcome to the skin you're in. Speaking of skin, we're gonna talk about skincare today. We're gonna go from the free skincare ebook that I have created. I created it actually, I think 4 years ago. I still believe everything that I said because not contrary to what TikTok would have you believe, there's not that much that has changed in skincare in really a long time, probably 20 years. Not much has changed.
Which is incredible because they try to tell you on Instagram and social media that there's all these new things and you have to do all these things.
Yeah.
And across the board, I hear exactly what's in this. That they're
in terms of good research. What I do know is what the medical literature, like scientific randomized controlled trials, say about skincare ingredients. And it's actually not that complicated, contrary to TikTok. Before we get started on skincare, I have some big news.
I have not heard this yet. Have I? No.
No. Everybody else might not think it's as big as I think, but I'm so excited about it that I couldn't sleep last night.
My God.
I was up for an hour and a half at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, what is it?
We're getting a dog.
You did post about this.
So I did a post. I was like, we're having a really hard time rescuing a dog. I wanted a needle in a haystack. I wanted a unicorn dog.
Yeah.
But we found her. I think we found her. The foster thinks we found her. The rescue thinks we found her.
Where's she from?
She's from Oklahoma.
Yep.
She's 8 years old.
See, we talked about this. Yeah.
She's
Are they going to
8.
bring her up here?
She's going to come, and I'm going to pick her up in Connecticut on the 29th. She is 8 years old. She's a 10-pound mini Schnauzer mix. Her name is Dixie.
This is exciting. Dixie's going to make an appearance.
Yeah, do you know what the only problem with that is? I actually think Dixie's a great name. There's a lot of dogs in the rescues that have names where I was like, that dog's okay, but I can't call them that. Dixie's actually a really cute name, and we're not going to change it because, by the way, she had a loving owner for 8 years, and the owner died.
Oh, okay, that's amazing.
The owner passed away. So she's never been neglected, never had a bad life. She's an older dog that needs a loving home, and we are the perfect family to give that to her.
Oh, your girls must be psyched.
Do you know what the problem is, though? I already know. Because I just happen to be the type of person that gives everybody nicknames, right? Sometimes I worry my friends' kids, because I give my friends' kids nicknames, and I'm like, I hope you don't think I'm being presumptuous by giving your child a nickname that you didn't give her, but whatever. The dog is definitely going to be Dick.
I was just going to say.
And then it's going to be Bag of Dicks. And I'm not going to be able to help that, and I'm going to have to stop myself in front of my children.
But can it be like Dickie?
Dicks.
Dicks.
Dixie.
Bag of Dicks. You think it's going to go down Bag of Dicks?
It already did. It already did in my brain. It's already
in your brain.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the kids know about this?
So, no, God,
Bag
no.
of Dicks.
Then I'd have to explain
But it's not like you could be like, Bag of Dicks, come over here. I don't feel like you're going to say that.
No.
But Dix is
Dixie,
also
she's a really-
something that is hard to yell out.
Yes. No, Dixie. It's going to have to be Dixie.
The skin you're in.
Yes, but she's, according to the foster, she's extremely calm, extremely sweet. She loves everyone.
I love
She
that.
shows zero aggression, zero stress. She's not anxious. So literally, she's coming to us at our home on Saturday the 29th. I'm going to bring her here into the office on Sunday so that she can see it. And then Monday morning, she's going to see patients.
She's the new shop dog. She is the new shop dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will at first be sending text messages to everybody coming in each day being like, hey, just so you know, this is the update. There will be a dog here. Certainly let us know if any part of it makes you uncomfortable, or I don't anticipate. It would always be, no matter what dog I ever had, it's not allowed to touch you if you don't want it to touch you. Like, that's just basic manners. But we certainly will always have a crate that we could put her in if somebody was uncomfortable.
Red allergy.
But she's not a shedder.
Oh,
So
God.
shedding
Okay.
allergies shouldn't really be too much of an
Oh
issue.
my gosh. Okay, yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm really
Do you
happy
have
for
a dog?
Yeah, I have a rescue.
Oh, tell me
We
about
have a Great
it.
Pyrenees.
Oh.
Oh, she's literally the best thing ever.
Speaking of which, if anyone's looking to rescue a puppy right now, there's a whole litter of Poodle Pyrenees mixes. They call them powder puffs because they look exactly like a powder puff. You know what they look like? Harry Potter, those little pink puffy things that used to sit on Ginny Weasley's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they look like, except they're
Where
like
are
white and
they?
black. They have blue eyes. They are the most
Don't
beautiful.
even.
They're the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen. We could not get a puppy. Puppy was completely off of the table for us.
Our dog needs to be the only dog in the home.
Okay.
Same thing. Came from
These
Texas.
puppies are
had
like
oh my God.
the fluffiest, most amazing
Don't do it.
dogs I've ever seen.
Are they local?
Oh, yeah.
Can you send me the link?
I know.
Just send me the link.
They're going to be massive, and they're not going to shed. That's the thing. Because your Pyrenees probably sheds a
Oh,
lot.
yeah. But we love her so much. They are the most incredible dogs.
Are they?
Oh my God.
That's what I always said about our Great Dane. We had a Great Dane for 11 years, and she was the best family dog.
Yeah.
She just ate everything off the countertop. But other than that,
Maggie's not driven by food.
Oh.
She's driven by pets and love.
all right, should we get into
That's
skincare?
exciting news. Yes, let's get into skincare.
Okay, so if you go online, we will link it in the show notes. You can download this free skincare ebook. You don't need to print it out, but the very last page is a printable shopping guide, which is purposefully just black on white, so that you can easily print it and not use a ton of ink, or you could just take a screenshot and take it to the store with you. And it has a shopping guide of ingredients that you can look for in skincare based on what you decide after going through the ebook is right for you and your skin. I do want to mention that I just felt I felt good about this work that I did 4 years ago, because this November I'm celebrating 5 years in business, and I've been really reflecting a lot on, do I need to shift anything? Is anything out of balance? Is anything out of balance with my values or my personal mission in life? Not my mission at Relevate, but my mission in life, and what do I see as my mission in life? And I was so pleasantly surprised to feel like this, even back then. So what I stated was that my mission is to bring light into the world by inspiring others to shine bright. And I just still feel so connected to that mission.
And you do that.
Not only in my business, but at home. And I don't mean to say this being like I'm so amazing, but the reason that I am a Girl Scout leader, and this year we're not doing Girl Scouts anymore, I'm going to do soccer, and I offered to be a soccer coach. And the reason that I do all the different things in all the different areas of my life is because I want to help other people feel like they have the tools that they need to bring their light into the world. And I have always been the type of person that's pretty aggressive, my husband laughs and says that I have an unreasonable level of confidence in myself, that I don't have trouble believing that I can do something.
That's a beautiful thing.
So if I can help other people feel like they have the confidence to do what they want to do, I feel like that's why I was given that gift of being so
And then I think
blindly self-confident.
Paired with this business, you're such a good fit for this, because you genuinely care about what people are coming in here for. And I've said this before, it's very emotional. Probably a lot of people that you are seeing are at this phase in their life where it doesn't feel good. Things are changing. They're feeling down on themselves. And then you bring that energy.
Yeah.
So it's not just getting it done. It's like you're like part of the whole experience here.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a woman in the other day, and
did she cry too? Like I
she
cried?
did.
Yeah. Okay.
She did. She got super emotional because I simply boiled down what she was trying to say, and I just was like, it sounds like you feel like you lost control. And she just immediately started crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
Yes. That's what it is.
And I think she just felt heard.
Yeah.
Because actually the way that she was talking to me was actually pretty defensive. You don't understand. I know what I need to. You don't understand. Yeah, I have all this education, whatever. And I was like, you do. You're so smart. You have all this education. It sounds like you feel like you lost control. And she was just like, yeah. Yeah.
So you get a therapy session.
And then, by the way, I turned her away. I was like, you don't need me. You need other people.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to empower you to take good care of your skin and not spend too much money, and also not spend 2 hours.
And as a layman, I will say that, like, I am on social media, and like I said in the beginning here, you're just constantly getting inundated with this and this. And people that I feel like are just lying. But I swear to God, I've tried everything. I've done the red light. I've done this. Throw it all in the trash can. This works. And then you're just like, what is it? And then whether you know it or not, you go down this rabbit hole of, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried rubbing salt on my face and then putting it in a glove. No, it's all these things.
We can talk about red light later. That's a good one.
Big
That's
fan.
a good topic.
I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, there are 3 things that you must do if you want to have the best skin that you can have, just at a very baseline level. This is where you start from, and then adding anything on top of it will just be like the cherry on top, but nothing else is really going to move the needle when it comes to skincare. And by the way, if you're going to have any treatments, Botox, fillers, lasers, chemical peels, PRP, anything, you need a good skincare regimen to maintain that result and prevent further breakdown of your skin. So the 3 parts of a skincare regimen are to cleanse, protect, and nourish your skin. That's it. And in my book, you can do those 3 things in 3 products or less. 3 or less. You don't need more than 3, in my opinion.
It's just such great news.
Yeah. So cleansing can be, even just cleansing can be overwhelming to people. There's ideas on the temperature of the water, whether you need to double cleanse, what type of cleansers are good, should I be using this, that, or the other, and they will have all sorts of claims on the bottles. So the bottom line is that most people should be cleansing about twice a day. Now, if you don't cleanse twice a day and you love your skin and your skin feels amazing, fine. I'm not gonna have an argument with you about that. If you think your skin is amazing and you don't wear sunscreen, I will argue with you about that. Okay.
I don't cleanse twice a day.
Oh, see, look at you.
It's just a lot. Everything gets wet on the counter.
Do you wash your face at night or the morning?
Sometimes both, usually at night.
Okay.
Because
so
then I
Liz,
do my
take
nighttime.
the makeup off. Take your makeup off.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So just cleansing at night removes makeup and all the junk and smog and dirt and whatever from the day.
Yep.
And then it also creates less of a barrier for whatever active ingredient you're going to put on.
Yep.
So cleansing, if you're only going to cleanse once, I would generally say evening.
Yep.
Would be helpful.
I also don't wear makeup. So in the morning, I can easily just get up and I put my sunscreen on. I usually do wash though, if I'm thinking about it, because I do retinol and then sunscreen. I don't want to put all that over my nighttime routine.
Yeah.
It's just, I get lazy.
But it's okay. As long as you don't have anybody with active acne, that sort of thing, I'll be like, well, you really should be cleansing twice a day.
That makes sense.
But I'm not going to die on the cleansing hill. And then cleansing in the morning, I think is a little less important. But again, it does create an easier path for your skincare ingredients to get to your skin. Because you do, I don't know about you, but when I wake up in the morning, my skin is like very hydrated feeling, not oily, but I know that putting something on top of that is not going to be, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to look quite right. I don't know. That's my personal.
Yeah, no, and because I do a nighttime cream and I think when I wake up, I still feel it on there.
Yeah.
So I just have these little pads that I use and then I just wipe off that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
When it comes to cleansing, you want to use warm water, not cold or hot, really. People with severe acne or melasma might want cooler water. You can massage for 30 to 60 seconds, pat dry with a dedicated clean towel. I do keep a towel like...
Why not cold? Asking for a friend. Because maybe I've been doing that.
Warmer water will be a better surfactant for any cleanser that you use, where cold doesn't, when you're washing your dishes in the sink. Cold water doesn't rinse off quite as well.
I always thought wakes you up.
It's not going to hurt you, but it's not
ideally,
as good with
warm.
cleansers.
Okay.
But cooler, not hotter. Hot water can cause too much blood to flushing and etc. Pat dry with a clean, dedicated towel, and then do immediately apply your moisturizers because your skin loses water very quickly immediately following. Now, the only caveat to that is if you're using a super hydrating cleanser. So on the next page, I have a list of ingredients that you're going to find in cleansers. Now, I specifically wanted to list the ingredients that you're going to see on an ingredient list on a product, because I think that ingredient lists get a lot of attention and they say things like, if you can't pronounce the ingredients on your skincare, you shouldn't be putting it on your face. That's totally bunk. Because there are chemical sounding names for totally natural things. And there are natural sounding names for chemicals. So that's bunk.
Yep, that is bunk.
The reality is these ingredients that we have that have weird sounding names like glycerol stearate, cocoa glucoside, butylene glycol, right? Butylene glycol sounds like something you put in your car.
Yeah, gas.
Yeah, it's a moisturizer.
Yeah.
Okay, and these are well-researched ingredients that are very safe and in normal skincare ingredients. So I've put these here so that you know what the product does. You don't think, oh, is that just a filler? Is that just a chemical? No, it's something you can...
This is great.
You can, okay, that sounds good. Things like benzoyl peroxide will be specific if you have acne. I would recommend at least occasionally using a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. The benefit there is that it kills bacteria without causing resistance.
Okay.
So any of my acne sufferers that have gone to a dermatologist and the dermatologist has given you topical antibiotics, I personally think that's not a great idea in the long term, because long-term antibiotic use is going to lead to antibiotic resistance, meaning that the antibiotic no longer works. where benzoyl peroxide is an antibiotic that does not cause resistance. So it's a good option. I prefer it in a cleanser rather than a topical product like a lotion, because if you put it on and then lay on your pillow, it will bleach fabrics. So you can just use it as a cleanser and then it's not going to bleach anything. Salicylic acid is also good for acne sufferers. I really love glycolic acid, which can also be found in topical products because it's a little bit of an exfoliant. So it gives you that very plump, glowy look. I personally use glycolic in my topicals after I cleanse, but you can find it in some cleansers. And the most common cleanser that you'll find is glycerin. Now, glycerin is like what's in hand soap. It's very foamy, and it's fine for some skin types. The limitation of foaming soaps is that they are, by definition, a base. On the acid-base balance, on the pH scale, they are a base. The natural skin moisturizers that your body creates are fatty acid bilayer, which means there's a fat head and then this chain of acid that creates a little bit of a moisture barrier on the surface of your skin. It's really healthy. It helps your skin not feel tight after you cleanse. But it's a fatty acid, so it's an acid.
Yeah.
And as we remember from high school chemistry, bases dissolve acids. So it's okay to use foaming cleansers, but for many women, particularly peri and postmenopausal women, foaming cleansers will actually be overly drying.
Yeah, I don't use
Many of them are labeled for sensitives because in research studies, they don't cause irritation, but that doesn't mean that they're not overly drying for your level of skin dryness. So for many women, I'm recommending not a foaming cleanser, but rather a gel cleanser or an oil cleanser. I really love oil cleansers myself. My favorite, I've tried probably 30 different ones just to see, like $6 ones, $10 ones, $20 ones.
Yeah.
I used to carry one here. Because I'm such a small practice, they fired me.
Oh, because you didn't have a big enough order?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
Did you like it?
It was fine. I didn't like it as much as my favorite ever is DHC. D as in dog, H as in horse, C as in cat. You can buy it on Amazon. It's $25 for a little bottle. It's my favorite ever. It's the favorite one I've ever tried. It's $25, which is really middle of the road.
Gets me. It doesn't feel like it's cleaning, but it is.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful surfactant for your makeup and dirt and stuff, but it doesn't dissolve that fatty acid bilayer. So if what you're looking for is the tight feeling, it's not going to give you that, because that tight feeling means you're overly dry.
No, I just want to clean my face and feel like it's clean afterwards. I think the idea is that oil does the opposite of clean. It fills up pores and stuff. And I just can't understand the cleansing oil. So you rub it without any water?
Either none or just a little bit of moisture.
Yeah.
Like I usually get my hands in the water and just pat, and then I kind of pat them dry, and then I put the oil cleansers.
Yeah.
I personally don't do it totally dry, but I'm not soaking wet either.
And then you just wipe it off, or you wash it off?
No, you rinse it, you wash totally normal. It gets makeup off really good.
Okay.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to take my makeup off with lotion. I would smear lotion on and wipe it off.
Pond's is a good one for that. Yeah.
So they're very good, and they're just creating a surfactant, right? So the molecule of makeup or dirt or whatever gets surrounded by oils, and then they wash away. Aren't overly drying because they're acids. Oil cleansers are acids, so they leave that fatty acid bilayer on your skin.
So DHC you like?
I like DHC a lot. My current one I've been trying, which is fine, is it's that French sounding brand, La Roche-Posay.
Oh, I love that brand.
Yeah, their oil cleanser is fine. I didn't love it as much as the DHC.
Are you just trying a whole bunch? And
I just keep trying new ones.
Yeah.
Because people want to know what I think.
Yes. Okay, that's so good to know.
CeraVe has an oil cleanser.
Yeah, that brand.
Yeah, I found that their oil cleanser was like too drying. It also foamed up really.
Okay.
So I was like, how is this an oil cleanser if it's foaming?
In their cleanser.
But it was
fine.
fine.
Okay, good to know on the cleansing oil.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my conversation on cleansing. Now, the next conversation is exfoliation. Exfoliation can happen at multiple times during your skincare regimen. It can happen during cleansing, but it can also happen in your skincare ingredients. There's two types of exfoliation. There's mechanical and chemical exfoliation. Mechanical is when you scrub it with apricot seeds, right? The idea of that was exfoliation. I think that was more traumatic than exfoliating, but I used to have, before my journey into kind of skincare, I had this little battery operated thing with a pad on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And you literally
The
like
brush.
buff your skin.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I used it, my skin felt amazing.
My
And I
God,
was like, oh
yeah.
my God, I love it. And I would use it once a week.
Yeah.
And after a couple of months, my skin would feel really rough halfway through the week. And I was like, okay, I'll use it more. So then I was using it twice a week. And then a couple of weeks later, I was like, oh, my skin is super rough. And then I was using it every single day. And then I realized that my skin was like flaking off because it was severely over drying my skin.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not only, it was also impregnated with soap. So not only was I scrubbing, but I was
Oh.
using
Yeah.
a basic
Yeah.
soap on my skin.
Yep.
And it really did not damage, but it didn't in the long term do what I was
Right.
hoping
Was
for it
not
to do.
beneficial in any way whatsoever.
So my personal preference and what I recommend most people is a chemical exfoliant, which my favorite is glycolic acid. Other popular ones that you'll hear about are lactic acid and malic acid. Sometimes they'll give you a little tingly sensation when you initially put them on. I prefer them in my topicals because it's just very gentle. I can use it every single day. And I notice a difference if I miss a night with my topical that has the glycolic in it. The next morning, I'm like, it's noticeably rougher.
Yeah.
You can tell immediately if you haven't been using it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and salicylic acid is also technically an exfoliant. So for anyone, which also has some antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects. So that's often recommended for people who are suffering from acne.
Okay.
And start low and go slow with exfoliation. If you've never been an exfoliator, start a couple times a week and just build up from there. All right, step 2 of our skincare regimen is to protect our skin. So this is probably the number one most important thing you can do, not only to prevent all signs of aging, fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, brown spots, sagging, everything, as well as skin cancers, which, by the way, are on the rise.
Yeah.
There's this great quote that, because a lot of people on social media are saying like 90% of people who get skin cancer use sunscreen. So sunscreen must cause skin cancer, right? That's like the narrative. And the response to that is 100 people, I'm going to forget exactly how it went, but 100% of the people in shark attacks were wearing swimsuits. So swimsuits cause shark attacks, right? No, it doesn't go that way. Correlation does not equal causation, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
People are getting skin cancers for lots of other reasons. Remember that all cancers are related to oxidative stress on the human body. The most powerful form of oxidative stress that we have is UV exposure to our skin, but there are other oxidative stressors like smoking, alcohol.
Yes. Yeah.
I tend to think that our foods probably have a lot more oxidative stressors in them now than they did 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's not the whole picture. And it is very clear in research that wearing sunscreen protects you from skin cancer.
Yeah.
So please don't stop using skin cancer because you think that sunscreen is risky. It is not. That is crazy.
You said stop using skin cancer.
Stop using, don't stop using sunscreen because you think it will give you skin cancer. That is crazy. That's crazy town.
So sticking on this, and this is one of the things. So I grew up in the 70s, 80s. My mom never really put sunscreen on. In fact, my mom would be like, you look so good tan. And so we would tan with oils and lie out all the time. Honestly, I love the sun. And then over the past, I'd say 5 years, I've gotten a lot more like, okay. And what I'm learning is that no, it's not going to take away what's done. It's not going to do that. But sunscreen is one of those things that is absolutely going to slow it down, the aging process, and help with things that I had no idea, sagging and just all of it. I had no idea. So I wear it all year round, except when it's actively raining and actively snowing. But it's in my daily it's in my daily, but like now I'm putting it on everywhere. And I love that every brand has a daily moisturizer that now is not super heavy. They used to be just like so thick and so heavy and you're like, oh my God. Now they're light. I love Supergoop and I love Ulta MD. Those are really good and they're lightweight and it's just like a regular, and you don't have to think about it. But that to me is like the one thing that I have massively changed in my life is just putting it on and being very aware of, okay, this is skin cancer and anti-aging. Skin cancer and anti-aging.
Yeah.
Not reversing, but slowing it down.
Yeah, I struggle a little bit with people who are like, I'm never going to wear sunscreen. There's nothing you can say that can convince me. I'm like, okay.
Are there people like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because of the chemicals in it?
Occasionally because of
Yeah.
that. Occasionally because it's just, I'm just not going to change what I do. They just don't want to. But I will be very honest. Listen, you certainly shouldn't do a laser treatment. You probably shouldn't put any money into your skin's surface because it won't last.
So they just are okay getting burned?
Most of them don't burn. So those of us who burn are very incentivized to not get a sunburn.
Correct.
Most of the people who are super anti-sunscreen are just naturally their skin can handle the sun.
Yeah.
And they just get brown, which by the way is sun damage. Don't fool yourself. Not protecting your skin when you have a tan, that is sun damage. So you just have to be honest with your provider, and I will just tell people, okay, CO2 is probably not good for you because not only is it just not going to last, but it actually puts you at risk for things like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. If you have sun exposure and then you laser on top of that, you could have a bad result.
When I forget what I did, but with one of them, the CO2 laser with the eyes, like, and not only that, I have a bucket hat on. I can't imagine having done that and then exposing my face to UV rays.
Yeah. The other thing I want to mention, and you said it already, which is that you're wearing sunscreen all day, every day. So the important part of sun exposure is not just the burn or the tan, because then people are like, in the winter, here in New Hampshire, we have 6 hours of sunlight. So why should I wear sunscreen in the winter? My response to that is there's 2 wavelengths of UV light, UVA and UVB. UVB is much stronger in the summer because that's the one that gives you a tan or gives you a burn, and you are very incentivized to protect yourself from UVB because you don't want the burn. But UVA is equally as intense. It's different from UVB. It's equally as intense all year round. It is a very strong X-ray, so it comes easily through windows and light clothing. So I get patients that'll say, I never see the sun, I just work in an office. If you have a window in your office, you're getting UVA. Even indoor lights have UV light in them, and particularly for people with melasma, that can contribute to brown spots. So there is a reason to wear sunscreen even in the middle of winter.
And if you have a weather app, every weather app has the daily UV. My kids look at it now, which I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty great that they're this young and looking at it. But there is a UV rating, which I find fascinating. Yeah. And it's like, it tells you.
And here in New Hampshire, those of us who are skiing, my face is usually completely covered with fabric.
Yes.
But if it's not, you get reflective.
Yeah, that's a big one, reflective.
Snow.
Yep.
So it's worth just make it your habit. Okay. So next is choosing a moisturizer. So I have this in here, and in parentheses it says with SPF, because honestly, you don't need a separate moisturizer SPF. You don't need 2. For many people, that's too much, and they feel like overly heavy.
And like I said, there's so many brands out there that make them super ultra light and tinted. I have that on today.
Yeah.
I have a tinted SPF moisturizer on.
And the list of ingredients that is on the next page for moisturizers, all of those moisturizers are already found in sunscreens. So if you have a sunscreen, look at the list of ingredients. I'm sure you have one of these moisturizers in there already. Usually it's going to be an emollient. So when it comes to moisturizing, there's 3 levels of moisturizer. There's humectants, emollients, and occlusives. Humectants, the main one is hyaluronic acid. It's not my personal belief that everybody needs hyaluronic acid in their topical skincare regimen. Hyaluronic acid alone as a product without anything else in it is actually going to be a little overly drying to the deeper layers of skin cells for anyone other than very oily skin types. So it's potentially not great unless you're a very oily skin type or unless it's combined with an emollient or an occlusive. So just keep that in mind. Emollients they have long names. They're things like dimethicone, trisiloxane, ceramides, linoleic acid, caprylyl glycol. So those are things that don't put it on your face if you can't pronounce it. Those are emollients, okay? They're great. And then occlusives are things like that are a total water barrier. So Vaseline, beeswax, paraffin, petroleum, shea butter, those types of things. It is not dangerous to use occlusives. Vaseline is very highly researched skincare ingredient, and many dermatologists believe that is the best skincare product you can have.
Why is there so much shade on it? Why do people talk about like?
I think because it's a petroleum byproduct, which
Okay.
it's just as much petroleum gas as my pants are trees. Not at all. It's just, that's so extreme. I just don't.
Okay.
It's so highly purified.
I know
But I do have
because
people
I
that are
love
like,
Vaseline, but then
people
I'm
are
like,
like,
is
I don't
that-
want to use petroleum products. I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to use petroleum products. You can use beeswax. You can use shea
Okay.
butter. You can use
Yeah.
cocoa butter. I will shy away from if you have any acne
very
processes.
thick.
Cocoa and coconut actually is the one that can be a little bit triggering for acne sufferers. But
Okay.
you have other options.
Yep.
You don't have to use Vaseline if you don't want it. But if you do want to use Vaseline and you like it, it's quite safe. This myth that it will cause acne is completely false. In fact, there's a really great research study, I want to say it was around 2024, that showed that in the setting of dry skin, using Vaseline actually reduces the amount of acne that acne sufferers get.
Did I ever tell you? I said about my dad's nightly routine with Vaseline? Did I?
You may
How
have told me.
every night when I was a kid, I remember he would slather his face in Vaseline and I would come in for a good night. And I remember it viscerally. And my dad just died at 86. And literally on his deathbed, we were just like, the man's skin was gorgeous. And he was like a sun worshiper, whatever. And I know a lot of it's genes, but he swore by Vaseline and he put it on all the time. And he loved it, and it was good for his skin. And that kind of switched like it's actually can be really good for smoothing and moisturizing, and
Yeah.
especially for windburn too. And
Yes, windburn is
Windburn,
great.
yeah.
There's also a lot of, for windburn, there's a lot of beeswax products
Yep.
that are nice. I don't love personally putting Vaseline to go out somewhere because I feel like it gets on my
yes,
clothing.
I agree. No, that's what my dad was doing. It's extreme.
But I like the beeswax products, particularly in the winter, because
Yeah.
you put them on, your skin is warm, and then when you go outside and it's cold,
Yes,
they get a little firm, and then they don't come off on your clothing as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
So I
That's a
like
great
those.
protector.
But I also will say to patients, they're like, I'm using Vaseline every night. I'm like, that's fine. But if you feel like your skin is so dry that you need to use Vaseline every night, we probably need to do something a little upstream.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, use Vaseline if it's going to help you, or like temporary times. Oh, my skin got a little dry. I use a little too much retinol. My skin go, great, use some Vaseline. But if it's like every single day, it's like, okay, what are you cleansing with?
Yeah,
Because maybe
that's the
you need an
issue.
oil cleanser instead or something.
Yep.
So that's just a little perspective on those products. And then remember, even today, if you're using moisturizer plus sunscreen, go look at your sunscreen and see if some of these emollients, I guarantee you there are emollients in your sunscreen. You don't need more products. So far, in the morning, we are cleanse and sunscreen. That's it. Now, step 3 is nourish, which generally for my patients that want to stay super simple, I'll say, okay, we protect in the morning and we nourish at night. That's it. It's fine. If that's all you do, that's fine. Your skin does need more vitamins than it can get from your diet. And the main vitamin that is necessary for anything that bothers everyone, as well as preventing skin cancer, is vitamin A. So the way that I describe that vitamin A works, here's your skin, okay? Your skin is a pinball machine. And the sun is dumping pinballs into the machine. The pinballs are called free radicals. They bounce around and do lots of damage. They cause all signs of aging, brown spots, fine lines, wrinkles, sagging, and they cause skin cancers. There's 2 ways to get the pinballs to stop doing their damage. One is to stop them from being dumped into the machine. That's sunscreen. The other is to put a Roomba in your pinball machine to vacuum them up, okay? That Roomba is called antioxidants.
Did you make that up?
Yes.
I love it.
I'm genius.
It's great.
Antioxidants, the most important antioxidant is vitamin A. The reason it's more important than vitamin C and E, which are the other antioxidants, is that it can get to the deepest layers of skin cells, which vitamin C and E cannot quite reach.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so vitamin A is just a Roomba for free radicals bouncing around in your skin. It comes by many different names: retinol, YL, retinol, retinaldehyde, and then tretinoin is the dermatologist prescribed one. But they are all types of vitamin A. And in my opinion, a little vitamin A is a lot better than a lot of vitamin A.
Okay.
I should clarify that. A little vitamin A is more important than having a lot of vitamin A or
Yeah.
tretinoin. So if you can't tolerate tretinoin, I personally have never been able to tolerate tretinoin. I've tried it. I've tried to work up to it, and then I've been able to be on it every single day for 2 months, and then all of a sudden something
Tretinoin, is that
happens.
retinol? Oh, there
That
it is.
is
okay,
the
yeah.
most
That's not-
pure
is this what
form
I'm on?
of
No.
retinoic acid. No.
No.
That's
Okay.
what you would get as a prescription from a dermatologist.
Okay.
Now, the next question people have, because lots of people go to their dermatologist and the dermatologist says, are you concerned about aging? Or they say, I'm concerned about aging. The dermatologist says, here's your prescription for tretinoin. In the Western medical model, that is the correct pathway, because in the Western medical model, you have a problem, I give you a research solution. The researched solution is tretinoin. Fine. But does that mean that tretinoin is right and the best treatment for every person? No. It just means that's what they did the research on. It's a great product, but it's way too harsh for many people.
Okay.
So then people try tretinoin and then their face gets red and flaky and itchy and burny, and they're in this up and down, and I can't use it, and now sometimes I use it, no, but I don't use it all the time. And by the way, when's the next time you can get in to follow up with your dermatologist? 3 to 6 years, right?
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating. Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's not the same as working up to it. It's just very erratic.
the derm will tell you, oh, try using it twice a week and then work up to daily.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from my own personal experience, and I've had countless patients that are like, yeah, I could never work up to it. It never worked with my skin.
Wow,
Which is
okay.
fine. It's like putting battery acid on your skin. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
It's just really harsh. Coming down the purity scale to get some vitamin A and being able to use it every single day so that you
Yes.
forget it
Yeah.
and not be like, oh, when was this last time I used my tretinoin?
Yeah.
I think is much more sustainable. So using tretinoin, going to a derm and being prescribed tretinoin and using tretinoin, I would describe as taking a helicopter to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
This is what you should
Yes.
do.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's a good idea, but if it doesn't work out for you and you don't use it long term and it's not working for you, it's not making you feel good, maybe instead
Yeah.
we should just take the path up the mountain.
Yeah.
Which is like start with a really low intensity product that you tolerate perfectly and can use every single day. And by the way, it makes your skin look and feel great. And then you're like so happy.
Yeah.
And then 3 months from now, okay, do you want to increase the intensity a little bit? Yeah, I really do. Or maybe you say, no, I'm happy. Don't change a thing because I want to keep things really simple.
Yep.
So that's my stance on vitamin A. I do think you need some. I don't think you need, everybody in the world needs to use tretinoin. It is okay to use your retinol, tretinoin, vitamin A, whatever in summertime. Because remember, it's the other side of the coin to sunscreen. So it's mopping up the UV.
I do it first and then
Yes, you would
sunscreen.
always, first of all, you always need to wear it with sunscreen. Okay. Even if you're putting it on at night, you still need to wear sunscreen because it does increase your skin sensitivity to the sun a little bit. But also, if you're putting it on in the morning, you need to put sunscreen over it because, and this is true of all active ingredients, meaning vitamins A, C, and E, because these are very unstable. They're unstable molecules, and as soon as they get exposed to UV light, they'll be oxidized. They won't work anymore. So
Okay.
you're just wasting your money if you put on vitamins A, C, or E and then walk out in the sun without putting sunscreen.
How long, this is the other question I always have, like, how long does it need to settle into your skin before then you put that final layer on?
I generally recommend 10 minutes.
Oh,
or whatever,
wow.
5.
Okay,
5
yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
So
okay.
what I do is I put on one layer, I brush my teeth. I personally like a second moisturizer, so then I put my moisturizer on, and then I dry my hair, and then I put my sunscreen on.
Okay.
If you put sunscreen directly on top of other things, it can have a tendency to pill.
Yes, I did
if
know that.
pilling is an
Retinol,
issue-
the retinol I use is very thin.
Okay.
And so I put it on and I
Give
do
it a
that.
few minutes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
do, and I let it sit in.
If pilling is
Okay.
an issue for you, just give it a little more time before you layer your products.
That is big. That is an under eye thing for sure. Like when you put it on under your eye and then you put your makeup, like you have to give that almost 10 minutes or else it really starts pilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Briefly, other beneficial nutrients are vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin B3, which is also known as niacinamide. I would not be super crazy about getting those if you're not using vitamin A. Like you need to start at the beginning.
Yep.
My favorite product for all of these is a product that I carry here. It's from the V Vitality Institute line, which are the people that make the medium depth chemical peels. I really love this product because it has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. It has azelaic acid, which is really good for rosacea, which many women have experience with. And then it also has glycolic acid in it. So it's just a one-stop product.
I need that.
That's what I use every day, morning and night. And
it.
I just feel like my skin looks, everybody who says, oh my God, your skin looks amazing. I think 90% of how my skin looks is related to this one product.
Yes.
No, I gave you
Is that
some.
the one I have?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I have noticed a difference.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
okay.
very nice.
It's very nice.
So if you're
and
local
it's
to me-
lightweight.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
And it's not
It's
spicy.
like, why are you holding out on me?
No, it's great. It's great. It's just like an
It does
all-in-one.
tingle every once in a while, but
That's
because
the
I'm like,
glycolic.
it's working.
Yeah, that's the glycolic.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So finally, we can just wrap up with some FA. One big thing that people are like, we reference it, is petroleum okay because it's a oil product, whatever. Be just really careful about anything that sounds like a buzzword or things that they print on the outside of the packaging, like hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, clinically proven, dermatologist tested, natural, chemical-free, preservative-free. Actually, I would caution against preservative-free because if that's true, it's going to grow mold and bacteria.
True. Okay,
So,
yeah.
All right. But also, none of those words have any agreed upon definitions.
Yeah, okay.
So they just don't mean anything.
Marketing, yeah. Marketing
they don't
is
mean
just,
anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes people refer to that as greenwashing, which is basically just like creating the packaging to make you feel like it's clean.
It's like now on every package of junk food, like including Oreos, it's like 7 grams of protein. And you're like, along with the other shit that's in this non-food product.
Yeah,
Like
it's just all
everybody's trying,
marketing.
it's all
Yeah.
marketing. And then you're like, wow, 7 grams of protein. I'm going to get it. No.
Yeah, no, I'm just super suspicious of any
Yeah, it's all
large
sus.
bolded words written on the
No.
packaging is probably nonsense.
Nonsense.
I get asked a lot if you need a toner. I don't use toners. I don't need a toner in my skincare. I generally don't recommend toners. Most of my patients want a very simple skincare regimen.
Yeah.
So if I don't feel strongly you need a toner, like, no. But then there are people that are like, I love my toner. And I'm like, great. I will also tell people, if you're super happy with your skincare regimen, I'm not going to,
To each
if
his
you
own.
love your skin, I'm not going to tell you to do anything
Exactly.
differently. I also believe that many women really know their bodies. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you if it's not right for you. And then we already talked about whether or not Vaseline causes acne. That's really not the case. Cleaning wipes.
Ugh.
Cleaning wipes are not great. They're going to have alcohols in them. They're going to be overly drying. The only time that I will recommend cleaning wipes, and this is actually even really good for your teens who are playing sports and they get really sweaty, or I had one patient that was like, she was playing field hockey, so she had the face mask that was touching her skin.
Yeah,
so as
okay.
soon as your child
Yes.
if they suffer from acne, as soon as they get off the field,
yep.
you can wipe their faces with a wipe. That will give you a benefit. For those of us peri and postmenopausal who tend toward drier skin, my concern is that the alcohols in the wipes are going to be irritating and overly drying. I'm also a really big fan of benzoyl oil for that face stuff that teens use for sports. I'm a fan of spraying everything with benzoyl peroxide, or you can even use my words are getting stuck up in my brain. Hypochlorous acid.
Yeah.
Which
I was going to say that.
I don't recommend you spray onto your face because that'll be a really harsh.
On the product.
It's essentially bleach.
Okay, yeah.
But you
yep.
can spray it onto your kids' equipment.
Okay,
And it
that's
will
good.
kill the smell and kill bacteria.
Okay.
Hypochlorous acid is what I use to cleanse your face before I do an injection.
Got it.
It's essentially
Okay.
pool chlorine. It's
We sell that here.
it's totally safe. You could dump it in your eyeball and it would be totally safe. It wouldn't hurt you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very-
Okay.
Then the next
With
question-
good marketing, anybody could sell pool
Yeah.
chlorine.
And also they have these little things where you can make your own hypochlorous acid, which is basically like table salt and water. And then
Oh.
you put a little
that's-
electricity through it and it
Okay.
makes
Wow, that's fascinating. You're nerdy. I love it.
And then do I need to double cleanse? Not necessarily. If you wash your face and then you dry it and there's makeup coming off on your towel, sure. But again, simplicity is king. The skincare regimen that's best for you is the one that you actually do. And then what about oil cleansers? I love them. I recommend them to everyone. They don't disrupt your skin barrier. I think they're great for acne sufferers because they don't disrupt your skin barrier. And they're really great for my postmenopausal, thin, dry-skinned women who just have a really hard time keeping moisture within their skin at all. So I love them.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for me?
God. No, I think the big thing for me is I like how you described the retinol and the pinball machine, because I honestly was like, I'm just doing it. That's what everybody says. But then to explain what it's actually doing. And I'm a firm believer because I have absolutely seen a huge difference. And as somebody who doesn't like spending time on washing my face. Even I joke with my sister about showering. It's a lot of scrubbing, and then you gotta shave, and it's just a lot. And then I And so to really dial it down to 3 products, I've really leaned into that, and I've cleaned out all these unnecessary things.
And don't you feel like you miss fewer days when it's so simple?
Yes.
Because it's only a 4-minute regimen, so you're like, okay, I can do this.
Yes.
I'm not too tired.
Because look, at this point in my life, I'm also taking like all vitamin D. I'm taking pills in the morning. I'm taking supplements at night. This isn't my nature to be doing all of these things to take care of myself, but we're aging, and these are things that just help us and enhance the aging process, all this stuff. So wherever I can make a difference with less things, and it's Jen saying it, but it's also any other provider or dermatologist, they're all saying the same thing. And it's, in my experience, sunscreen and vitamin A. And that is a beautiful thing.
That's it.
And everything else
I
is
would
just
add a little glycolic, because what people want is, boom, better skin.
Yeah.
And if you use glycolic acid, the product that you have,
Yeah.
that I use, 3 days, boom, better skin.
Yeah.
And that's the glycolic.
I've noticed.
Giving you the glow.
Yeah. And we've talked about how my husband doesn't notice anything, planned his surprise party in the next room, doesn't notice. And the amount of times he has said to me, I don't know what you're doing, but your skin. And I'm like, yeah, it's all those things that you were giving me shit for that I'm trying really hard. I'm cleansing a lot. I'm putting moisture, it's not that it doesn't take effort. You do have to have a routine, but the routine is minimal. And so I was like telling him, I'm like, yeah, you go to bed, you put your mouth guard in, and then you're just off. I'm in there washing my face and putting on my retinol and my moisturizer, and then I'm going to bed. Like,
Speaking of which, more and more men are caring about this.
yeah, my husband he's never going to be that person.
Particularly men in corporate world, I
Yes.
think, as they age,
Yeah.
they just want to feel confident, and that's okay.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because they're aging too.
Yeah.
I want him to age more. I want to be like, when's your skin going to start drooping?
Men have really thick skin, which is why they age better. They change less than us, or they
When
change
is he going to
later
start?
than us.
When is he going to start changing?
I don't know.
God, I
But
don't
they
like.
do have thicker skin.
Okay. Anyway,
The last page of the skincare ebook is a shopping guide.
I love
Which
this.
has the ingredient names listed so that you can be in the store and be like,
So
okay,
helpful.
what is this doing? And then you just pick one product with each one of those. And it just makes it simple. There's a couple of tips for how to choose packaging that will make the product last longer for you. And of course, I do have products here that I really love and believe in, the ones that I use.
Yeah.
And some people are like, can you just tell me what to use? And I'm like, sure. The products that
That's
I sell
me.
are usually in the $100 to $150 mark, and they will last you 4 to 6 months. So they're really middle of the road. For example, Super Goop sunscreen is twice as expensive as the sunscreen that I sell,
okay.
because it's half the volume.
Okay. We'll be
So
switching.
just
We'll
keep
be
that in
switching.
mind when you're like, oh, this is.
I know, because I fall into marketing. I've been using
No.
Supergoop forever.
But I also
and
think
like,
people think products at a med spa or whatever are going to be too expensive for me. But I'm like, you're not comparing the volume of the product.
Yes.
So if there's 1 ounce in a Super Goop bottle for $50 and mine is 4 ounces
Yeah.
for $50, mine is actually 1/4 the cost.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm a marketing sucker, and I love that brand.
Next time on The Skin You're In, we're going to have some interviews coming up with a functional medicine provider who is amazing. I do a lot of referring to her for my patients who come to me and are like, I don't know, I've had all this testing and nothing is wrong, but I can feel something is wrong and I can't figure it out. And I often will be like, do you want to pursue a functional medicine deep dive and see if there's something that you can figure out, which has been amazing for a lot of people. And then I'm also going to be interviewing hormone health providers who I now have had poor experiences with hormone health. And I hear lots of patients that either have poor experiences or I think they get suboptimal care. They're given
They're not getting
the bare
answers.
minimum
Yeah.
of care, but it's not added to manage. These guys are on top of it. These guys are listening. They are helping women actually feel better and be empowered to feel better. So that's really cool. So those are coming up next on the podcast.
And also, these people coming on and talking about hormones and menopause and all of that is directly related to the work that you do because it hugely impacts
Your face.
Yeah. And skin. There's so much education out there that we will learn
Yeah.
on our next podcast.
Good stuff.
Okay. Peace
Hit
out.
the subscribe button.
Oh, get the book. Get the book. Get the book.